my name is Gretchen. I am a recovered CFS sufferer, a CFS author, and coach. And I'd like today to talk to you about you getting the validation that you so deserve. I know a lot about this, and during my chronic fatigue syndrome, there were lots of people in my life that I thought I would be getting support from, that I thought would understand and validate my experience. And I found that in most cases that wasn't true at all, and it was very hard. So I know from my own experience, and I know from hearing from other people with chronic fatigue syndrome, how hard this aspect of your illness really is, and how much you deserve to be validated, how much you deserve to be understood, and to have your experience be appreciated, and how you've changed. So why is it your friends and family don't get it? Why can't they validate and appreciate what you're going through, what this is like? There are lots of reasons, but think about it. Some of them will make a lot of sense to you if you just give it a little bit of thought. Before CFS, you were able to do a lot. You could go out and do a lot of things, and you were maybe a certain type of person that you aren't now. CFS has changed you. It's changed your abilities. It's changed your ability to think, communicate, interact, do the things you once loved, do the things you have to do, take care of people. Everything has changed because your capabilities have changed from chronic fatigue syndrome. Friends and family don't know how to react to these changes. And they don't understand. They don't understand these changes. Your illness, from what they can see, is mostly invisible. As you know, this illness is one that's still not widely understood. It's not widely recognized. Still, there's no known cure. There's more information out there than ever before, but it's still, in many ways, an invisible illness, a mysterious illness that's not getting the recognition it deserves out in society. And so how can people within your circle give it validation if society is not giving it validation? That's in part of the problem. But also your symptoms and what you go through, so much of it is going on internally. It's going on invisibly. It's not, you don't see it on the outside. You don't have spots on your skin. At least I hope not. You haven't lost your hair. Probably not. Most of your symptoms are internal. Your fatigue, your brain fog, your headaches, your sore throats, your fever. Well, your fevers may be a little bit more visible. But a lot of these symptoms are not visible to the naked eye, and so people, they just can't grasp it. They don't understand, why are you acting so different? I don't get it. You look the same. You look so good. You look healthy. So it doesn't make sense. And then illness, illness has changed you, and it threatens people. They don't know how to act, and so without meaning to be hurtful, without any malintent, your friends and your family often will deny what you're going through. They'll invalidate your experience. They won't see it. They won't recognize it. They won't empathize with it. They may say, just get over it, which is something that I experienced in my life. And this avoidance and this denial is something that is very painful. And it's not something that you deserve, and it's not something that they intend. But it is something that may be happening. So what can you do? Well, I want you to realize and know that you deserve compassion. You deserve understanding and appreciation for what you're going through. You deserve people to look you in the eye and say, I don't understand, but can you help me understand? I see you've changed. I see you struggling. know you have an illness, but I don't get it exactly. Can you explain? You deserve that. Most people are not going to do that. So what can you do to get them to understand? Well, first of all, they need to have a better grasp of what you're going through. They need to have a better grasp and overall understanding of what chronic fatigue syndrome and ME is. What are these mystery illnesses? So what you need to do is you need to go to the CDC website or some other website that you like that has a nice clear-cut description for CFS. You maybe print out the CDC criteria for CFS and save this, because there's other things I'm going to have you print out and put together for your family members. So that's number one. Get a simple page, a concise page describing what CFS is. Or go to a book that you feel really captures the essence of what you're going through. In my book, I have a chapter called CFS from the Inside, and that chapter is all about trying to help people understand and grasp what it feels like to actually have the illness. So print out a chapter or a page that you've seen that really makes sense to you. And then I want you to write a list. If you need to look at a CFS list of common symptoms associated with the illness, do that. Make it easy on yourself. Let's not make this hard. The last thing you need is something hard. But I want you to see a list of CFS common symptoms, and I want you to go and check off the ones that you're experiencing. Then I want you to think back to before you were ill. Think back about what you were able to do. Think about your hobbies. Think about your social life. Think about your work. And I want you to start writing these things down. Oh, I used to be able to write really well. I used to be able to go out with friends every week. I used to ride a bike for miles. I used to go running. Whatever it was that you did, write a list of all the things that you did that you could do, work-wise, hobby-wise, taking care of others, taking care of the house, day-to-day living kind of tasks that you did. I want you to write a long list, so really take your time with this. And now, after you've looked at that list, I want you to go through that list and check off the ones that you can no longer do, or the ones that have been compromised in some real meaningful way. And I want you to look over all these lists. I want you to look at the symptom list, all the symptoms you have. And I want you to look at this list of all the capabilities, all the things you used to do and that have been lost or changed for you. And I want you to take that in for yourself. I want you to really honor and validate yourself right now and how much you have lost. Because if you can't validate yourself, if you can't give yourself the compassion that you deserve, then nobody else is really going to be able to give that to you either. So first try and give it to yourself. And then once you've done that, I want you to go out with these lists and start sharing them with your loved ones, with your friends, and having conversations about them. Letting them read them over and see how that helps. I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much. Please visit me on my Facebook page. You can go to Call for Soul Work on Facebook and join me there. And I wish you the best with your healing. Take care.